the engine's running, then whenever I need to move from there, I'm set, I'm ready to go, I'm already in motion. So this is like the car sitting at the red light, all you gotta do is hit the gas and you're gone, because it's already started and running, okay? Now, if I'm always moving and not just still like this, what determines when I deliver the strike? This is where the hammer principle comes in. Okay? How many of you have done any kind of carpentry work or woodwork where you were striking a nail with a hammer? Okay. Now, if you've done a lot of this, you learn that keeping the elbow in one spot is what keeps the hammer hitting the nail. If you start just letting that elbow go crazy trying it, you're going to smash some fingers. You're going to be in a lot of pain. Okay? But if you hold the nail, you start the nail, and then you keep the elbow in the same spot, the hammer's going to hit the nail every time. Okay? Now, that's why they call this the hammer principle, because this is like the hammer. Okay? The movement comes from the elbow. When I'm in my bajang and I'm moving, you'll notice that even though the hands are moving around, this elbow pretty much stays in the same spot. You notice that? Stays right there, leading the body slightly right in this area, okay? Now, when I get ready to strike, what happens is I allow this to drop until it lines straight up, and then I strike, okay? But the elbow stays in the same spot. So I drop this, I get my line on my opponent, and I strike, okay? So what the hammer principle teaches you to do is line the arm up properly. Even if I'm moving around here, I know that right now is when I'm going to go, because I want to follow the most direct line possible. And if I'm moving around here and I go from right here, that's not the most direct line possible. See, because my punch is coming in like that. I don't want to scrape him, I want to break him. Okay? How many of you have a Wing Chun wall bag? The wall bag that you punch? It's a great training tool. If you don't use it, you should. Because what you're learning to do is hit the same spot every time. Okay? Now, as long as I'm thrusting, directly thrusting like this, I'm going to be okay. But what happens if I start doing this? Not just bruise, you're not going to have any skin left on the knuckles after a few punches. Okay? Because you're scraping the target. So the hit like this is scraping. I don't want to scrape. I want to break. I want to destroy. So what if I'm moving around, I'll let this drop until I get that straight line. Let this drop until I get that straight line. And then I know that I am delivering the most direct strike possible, which means it's going to be more non-telegraphic. So the hammer principle trains you to move from the elbow to get the line, and then you fire. Okay? So you don't fire, you don't do this. That's why we don't stand like this, because you don't punch like this. You don't scrape at your target like this. And we don't do this stuff like this, like boxers do. Okay? We don't do that. So you're here, straight line. Okay? Make sense?
Yeah.
Do you understand the hammer principle now?